Okay, I'm back. Potty time help. Anyways, yeah, so I just broke. I hit the floor. And I was like, what is this? In total, I have no control of anything. I don't know what I'm doing. And like, what is this thing with men? And then I don't know, something told me to go check out the message of the day from Miss Honeybee. And what I got from it was like the reprogramming, and it's my job to reprogram. And I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know what I'm doing clearly, and what does God want from me? And then I called Jason up, and because Jason's deep, And I was like, Jason, what is this? Like, why is this coming up? And what do I do with this? And he hit me with and it was hard. He's like, well, it sounds like you're not looking at it from a higher perspective. Like, go sit at your altar and pray for the higher perspective, because you're just choosing to feel sorry for yourself right now. And there are men in your life, and there are always men in your life. And maybe it doesn't look the way you want it to look or how you wanted it to look. But you have people. You have men. And I was like, fine, I'll do that. And I was so pissy. I was like, fine. So I did. I sat at the altar and I cried and I screamed, and I do have men in my life, and I've had men in my life always. I've always had men in my life. And there's so much I want to say, right? Like, I keep hearing the root avulsion, which reminds me of the nerve avulsions that have happened in my spine. Like, it's time to pull this old story from its root. Like, the first time that when I was let me back up. So in Mami Onami's schooling, there's like whatever you're feeling right now, ask yourself, when is the first time you felt it, right? And I remember the first time I felt betrayal, abandonment from my dad. I was tiny. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and he went to jail, and I just didn't understand. And this kept happening. Every few years he would just go to jail. And what I said to myself, it was like, I'm not lovable. Like, he says he loves me so much, but he doesn't stop doing the things that take him to jail. So he must want to get away from me. Like, it's something's wrong with me, right? So I've just been repeating that over and over. And with this higher understanding, higher vision, higher knowing, with everything that I know about it, I can like re-explain to that child that whatever he was choosing had nothing to do with me. And that goes for every man that I've been in relationship with. Whatever they chose to do, whatever leaving they needed to do, whatever, had nothing to do with me. And I can let go of this old story of like, they leave me. Because it's just my excuse to feel sorry for myself. It's just my excuse to not reach for another story. Is sometimes I don't finish my thoughts, forgive me. So in that, I was like, I just felt fucked up yesterday. Like, I felt like I was dying. Like, my head hurt, my stomach hurt, nothing was sitting right. My body was super uncomfortable. My neck hurt, my shoulders hurt, my lower back hurt, everything, my hand hurt, everything was aching. I felt like I was gonna get sick. My nose got stuffy. Like, oh, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm dying. Like, I'm going through like a super ego death. And can I just ride it out? And then I drank a lot of water, and I went to sleep, and I got some really good sleep, and I had a new dream. I had a new dream that I was with one of my newest friends, and we were like making food together, and there were new men around, and the men were like examining my body because they were into like body work, and I was paralyzed in my dream. And I'm usually not paralyzed in my dream, but I was paralyzed in this dream. Like, how I am now, and with the scoliosis, and I had my shirt off and they were checking out my spine and they were like, wow, this is amazing. And they were like saying how amazing it was to like be able to do everything I do, even with this, like it's unheard of. And like they were complimenting me. And then we all went to it was like a frat house, which is weird, right? But it was like a frat house, and we went over there to like do another party. And then I started chatting it up with some guy, and he was curious about me and I was curious about him. And it wasn't, there was no like attachment to it. It was just like the joy of connecting, you know, when that spark, when you first are like curious about people and their lives. And it was that, it was like when you first are getting to know someone. And I woke up and I started listening. I'm probably going to have to press pause again. Yeah? You want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Hi. So I'm going to finish my story that I'm telling a story, and then I'm going to come play with you, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to put the paint away? Okay, so please go finish painting, and then I'm going to come.
Wait, hold on. I was trying to scratch.
You're trying to scratch? Okay.
Yeah, but I want to like.
So then I wake up and there's this Carolyn Miss thing is on my YouTube homepage, because I like to listen to something high vibe, quote unquote high vibe, to start the day. And it's one that I've listened to before, but that kind of always like I couldn't hear it, right? So I'd listen to it, but I wasn't really like getting it. And then I put it on today, and I heard all the things that I just wasn't ready to hear. And I was like, oh, remember that? I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a day where I was like, I don't want to do self-help. And I'm listening to Carolyn Miss, and she's talking about leaking power, and I don't want to. And that was the one. Like, I didn't want to hear it. I couldn't hear it. And then this morning it was like, oh, I've been leaking power in these old stories of like, specifically with men, with the masculine, what that means. So I'm going to tell you a new story. I've been so blessed to be like provided with different men throughout my life that give me the love and support that I need in that moment. And I've learned to let go with love and to know that the next will arrive. And right now, in this moment, I have like I have 3 really, I have 4 really. If I let go of my needing everybody to be perfect and human and show up the way I decided is the right way and the good way, one second, to like show up and love, I have people in my life. I have men in my life that I can depend on, that are there to protect me, that are there to provide me, whether it's a laugh or a meal or whatever I ask for, you know. And I'm ready to like bury that, at least another layer, right? Because I'm sure it'll come up again. Another layer of this, wah, they always leave. Wah, they never stay. Wah, what's wrong with me? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with me. And I get to collect yet another part of me. And today's a new day. And I think that's it for the purge. Not I think, I'm pretty sure. This is my last purge. I have a vision for my next mini project. So I really want to thank everybody that like showed up, everybody that responded, everybody that contributed to me, everybody that, just all of you. I just thank you so much. Thank you for letting me purge. Thank you for witnessing me. Thank you for being there so that I can do this root evulsion. It's a good one. Love you guys. Bye.